In this video, we will reveal a shocking secret about the pyramids, which hide much more than we previously knew. Scientists are on the verge of grand discoveries, but they are forbidden to talk about the sensational findings. We think you will be surprised when you find out who and why is silencing researchers from all over the world, who have learned something new about the insides of the pyramids, as it seems impossible to explain logically. We bet you will never guess who doesn't benefit from these revelations and discoveries. Want to know who is obstructing the Egyptologists? Then watch this video to the end. It would seem that nothing new can be discovered in such well-studied monuments like the world-famous pyramids located in Giza. However, archaeologists tirelessly continue their research, putting forward new hypotheses and theories. According to one of the recently emerging theories, inside the pyramid hides a massive rock surrounded by stone masonry. Another hypothesis suggests that many rooms remain undiscovered in these majestic structures, and someone is working hard to ensure that they are never found. In late 1986, an unexpected event occurred in the Soviet Union. An article was published in the well-known newspaper Moskovsky Komsomolets that attracted the attention of many readers. The main sensation was a note by the scientist Anatoly Vasilyev, in which he proposed the revolutionary theory that the Great Pyramid of Khufu was built around a massive rock that forms its core. In other words, the stone blocks were only used to clad the outer surface, while the inner part consists of solid rock. To come to such bold conclusions, Anatoly Vasilyev conducted extensive research. The result of this meticulous analysis was the suggestion that there might be at least one more hidden passage within this majestic structure. The scientist was convinced that this secret tunnel led to the true burial place of the great pharaoh. It is worth noting that no one has ever seen the mummy of Khufu. Based on a large body of data, Anatoly Vasilyev pointed to several specific spots within the pyramid where, according to his assumptions, hidden passages leading to a mysterious chamber could be located. Interestingly, Vasilyev himself never visited Egypt and therefore had no opportunity to personally explore the interior of the pyramids. Nevertheless, his ideas were never ignored. Nikolai Bondrovsky, an academician of the International Academy of Energy Informational Sciences, decided to investigate this matter personally, and in 1988 he went on an expedition to Egypt. He descended into one of the passages inside the pyramid, under the constant supervision of a local guide, Muratwa Milad. The woman accompanying the researcher continually teased him, asserting that everything in these ancient walls had long been discovered, studied, and documented. Despite the skepticism of his companion, Bondrovsky continued to follow Vasilyev's instructions with determination. Unfortunately, some of the locations proposed by Vasilyev were inaccessible, and Bondrovsky began to suspect that his predecessor might have made mistakes in his calculations. Then in one of the passages, Bondrovsky discovered something intriguing, a small hole leading to a lower chamber. According to Vasilyev's assumptions, this was where one of the secret passages should have been located. With great difficulty, Bondrovsky squeezed through the narrow opening and found himself in a small room, which to his disappointment ended in a dead end. There were no signs of a continuation of the path or hidden doors. However, while running his hand over the low ceiling, Bondrovsky felt something unexpected, a thin, barely noticeable seam exactly matching Vasilyev's descriptions in his notes. This discovery surprised not only the researcher, but also his guide, Muratwa Milad, who, despite her extensive experience working with various expeditions, had never noticed this detail before. After carefully examining the anomaly, the researchers came to an astounding conclusion. It was a kind of stone plug, skillfully disguised and concealing access to yet another passage, or perhaps even an entire hall. Vasilyev's hypothesis, which many had considered incredible and fantastical, unexpectedly took on a real form and found confirmation. Encouraged by their previous success, Nikolai Bondrovsky and his team decided to continue searching for evidence supporting Anatoly Vasiliev's theory. The next point of their research expedition was a part of the pyramid where, according to historical records, the tomb of one of the queens, the wives of the great pharaoh Khufu, was supposed to be located. Entering a small room, presumably serving as a burial hall, the members of the research group immediately began a thorough inspection of the walls, floor, and ceiling. At one point, Bondrovsky's attention was drawn to the eastern wall, which noticeably differed from the others with its uneven surface. Upon approaching and carefully studying this part of the room, the scientist came to a stunning conclusion. Before him was not artificial masonry, but a monolithic rock, devoid of any seams or joints. Even if we assume that this was a giant solid block, the question arose: how did the ancient builders manage to deliver and install such a massive element? The surface area of this rock was about 30 square meters, implying an enormous weight, many times greater than the mass of the largest known blocks of the pyramid, which reached 70 tons. Having completed the studies inside the pyramid and gathered convincing evidence in support of Anatoly Vasiliev's theory, Nikolai Bondrovsky and his team enthusiastically emerged outside. The scientists were so excited by their discoveries that they immediately decided to share them with the Egyptian authorities, expecting an enthusiastic response and recognition of the significance of their work. However, to their surprise and disappointment, the official representatives greeted the sensational news rather coldly. Instead of the expected support and enthusiasm, the researchers faced caution, skepticism, and even some resistance from local officials. It seemed that for some reason, the Egyptian authorities were not interested in further development and public exposure of these revolutionary discoveries. After long reflection and further research, Bondrovsky arrived at several curious conclusions. In his opinion, there is a high probability that the Egyptian authorities and scientists have long been aware of all the secrets hidden in the depths of the pyramids and the mysterious Sphinx. It's logical to assume that local researchers with unrestricted access to these ancient monuments would not have missed the opportunity to thoroughly explore every centimeter of their surface and internal spaces. Moreover, Bondrovsky notes that the Egyptian authorities are extremely reluctant to grant foreign specialists permission to conduct detailed research, especially if it involves drilling or breaking through the walls of the pyramids. According to Bondrovsky, if a foreign scientist applies for permission to perform such work, they will most likely be denied further research and immediately asked to leave Egypt. This strict position of the authorities leads to the idea that they aim to keep some information hidden, which could be revealed through more in-depth study of the ancient structures. Another reason why the information about the secret chambers and passages inside the pyramids might be deliberately concealed, according to Bondrovsky, is the potential threat to Egypt's tourism flow. It's no secret that most travelers visiting the country are primarily eager to see the world-famous pyramids of Giza, drawn by their mystery and aura of secrecy. It's logical to assume that a pyramid hiding unsolved mysteries would generate much greater interest among tourists than a fully explored monument equipped with modern lighting and handrails along the corridors. Bondrovsky believes that the Egyptian authorities intentionally maintain an atmosphere of mystery around the pyramids to preserve their appeal to travelers from all over the world. After all, tourism is one of the key sectors of Egypt's economy, and any decrease in interest in ancient monuments could lead to significant financial losses for the country. There is also another, less obvious reason why the secrets of the pyramids and the Sphinx may deliberately remain undisclosed. This belief is shared by many native Egyptians, including some members of the scientific community. Their convictions are based on the content of ancient papyri once discovered inside the pyramids. According to these mysterious texts, the full revelation of the secrets connected with the pyramids and the Sphinx will lead to the awakening of the latter, who will come to life, laugh, and then the end of the world will come. It's no wonder that many of the country's inhabitants, fearing such apocalyptic consequences, prefer not to tempt fate and refrain from trying to verify the truth of this prophecy. In conclusion, despite centuries of effort by scientists, the Great Pyramids of Giza remain one of the most captivating and unfathomable mysteries in human history. We know both much and very little about them at the same time. Each new discovery or theory only highlights how limited our knowledge is about the true purpose and structure of these grand monuments. Perhaps in the future, with the development of even more advanced technologies and research methods, humanity will succeed in lifting the veil of mystery over the pyramids and uncovering the secrets hidden within them. But for now, these majestic structures continue to remain silent, challenging our minds and imagination. On the other hand, one could argue, do we really need to fully uncover all the mysteries of the pyramids? Perhaps it is their mystery and ambiguity that give these monuments a special charm, attracting millions of people from around the world. After all, as long as there are unsolved mysteries, humanity retains a drive to explore, to look beyond the edge of the unknown.